How high-tech, highfalutin, lazy, or foo-foo America gets, we will never stop hunting and fishing. This is the Hunting Quest. We take
Benny
1
didn't
hour
freeze
of
up.
every week and talk about
He
our
did
favorite
not.
things
I know.
in the
I
world.
wonder what that's about. Hey,
Hunting
Benny,
and
did you hit
fishing.
record?
You'll get tips and help on the fishing environment locally in the DMV area. Plus, we're going to have fun
He might
along
not
the way.
have.
This
see.
is the Hunting Quest. And now your host, Mike Tippin and Bennett Malin.
What's going on, guys?
Not a whole lot. You didn't freeze.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I realized I had it backwards.
Oh, no.
So for the intro, I don't know what you guys were doing. Hopefully you weren't making crazy faces or anything, because that was up the entire time. But you know,
Nice.
we're gonna go with it. It'll be fine. Nothing can go wrong.
Oh, no.
Lord, are we wrong?
You know
No,
what? It's all right. It's live. Who cares?
Right?
Oh Jesus. So
Hey, Benny.
hi Mike, how you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Well, that's good. That makes like 1.5 of us.
I don't know. I think
Hey.
there's somebody else here
I
that's
say hopefully Miss Kirstie's doing all right too, because I'm, it's been a day.
Hey,
But
y'all.
it's Friday, so it's good enough.
It is. Hey, oh, Benny got, he got what he was needing.
I
What was
did.
it that you was needing?
I got my wonderful girlfriend ran to the store and got me a wrist brace because
Oh,
for some reason my right arm has been killing me for the last couple weeks. I don't know what's wrong with it. Should probably go get it checked out, but until then we're just gonna have a drink and put a wrist brace on and see if that helps.
it has nothing to do with the fact that you were
none.
manhandling alligators.
I say nothing to do with a motorcycle accident or manhandling
Nope.
alligators or any of that. That wouldn't have
No.
anything to do with it. So
I mean, none whatsoever. And it's not like we were talking about what type of health care you have, and so that you could go and actually get it taken care of.
Imagine that, Benny.
yeah, wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be something, huh?
Free healthcare. Oh, buddy.
That'd be something, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's up with that, Benny?
I know the things that you guys tell me before we did this, I mean, could come back and haunt you now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And what's funny is, I give Benny so much crap, but his girlfriend is really the one who like keeps like all of us like squared away.
Oh, dude, the
Good.
amount of trouble I would be in without her. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
80% chance I'd be in jail by now.
On misdemeanor charges only, right, Benny?
Yeah, obviously. And I think it
Yeah.
goes both ways. The amount of times that Mikey and I have been in a situation where we're like, we should do that. And then we're like,
Yeah.
wait,
Wait.
Becca would be mad.
Yeah.
Allie would kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we don't do that. We're like, yeah, that's
probably not a
probably,
good
probably a
plan.
good idea. Yeah, all right, let's not do that.
See, and I'm the type of person, I'll be like, look, I won't tell if you won't tell, and I know a good bail bondsman, so let's yeah. And if we do it on a motorcycle, I'm pretty sure I can probably outrun one or two of the cops, and if y'all are with me, I'm pushing one of you over, so that way they gotta stop and deal with you.
I
so
say,
I
you don't
can
got to
keep
be
going, man.
fastest. You don't have to be the fastest. You just got to not be the slowest.
That's right. And I'm short. So, man, I can't run with a darn. So I am knocking somebody down, shooting you in the knee, something to get my getaway.
Oh.
I think that's totally
It's just how it
fair.
is, man.
That's totally fair.
Well, Benny, you haven't even done the intro, so
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
this is going to be a fun one. We're already 5 minutes in. I feel like we started like 20 seconds ago.
I'm telling you.
Oh, man.
Lord.
We're here tonight with Miss Kirstie. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
It's been a good day. So contrary to what Benny said,
It's been a day.
yeah, I had to get my truck detailed.
Nice.
I feel terrible about that because I'm normally the person, I like to wash my truck. I love to wash my truck. Make sure it's clean. It's kind of my thing. But when you put 12 alligators in the back of your truck and 4 people who all smell rather swampy, Um, and then you ride in said truck for 17 hours back to Virginia.
Oh my.
Yeah, you realize just how bad the inside of a vehicle can smell.
Just
It
a
was
smidge.
it was horrendous.
It was a little ripe. It was pretty ripe Monday on the way to the airport. We were like,
Ah.
you know, it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's not great.
It's not great.
It's not the highlight, but it's
No.
not like the worst scenario.
Right.
So I
It's
get it.
tolerable, but the back of my truck was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, it was not great.
Oh man.
So
I would have probably charged you double if you took it to me to detail. And I used to own a detail shop, and when the guys would come in out mudding and stuff or
oh yeah.
deer guts in the back, I'm like, dude, it's $300. And they're like,
Oh, yeah.
what? I'm like, dude, get out there and do it yourself.
Oh yeah. I paid them I paid them like $350 plus I gave them another like $120 tip just because how bad it was. It was
it was nasty. It was, and to think it was that bad after we scrubbed it with bleach.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, like it wasn't just like raw all the way home. Like it had already been scrubbed down with bleach and a brush and a hose, and yeah, it was ripe.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like an amazing time. I hate I missed it.
Oh yeah. Oh
100%.
yeah.
Speaking of, Emily just said hi. She's watching. So
oh, hey Emily.
Hi Emily.
Emily's who we went to well was one of the people who invited us down. Her husband Wes and I worked together. So
Nice.
Emily is absolutely amazing. And that whole crew this weekend was fantastic too. But
Awesome.
yeah. But now, so tell us about you. We're doing the podcast tonight. You were amazingly awesome enough. And if you read the bio, you're a deer hunter, turkey hunter, a fisher person. What's the right way to say that? I mean, I don't know.
I fish.
A fish. She fishes.
I fish.
She fishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my business is called intoherwildherness, and I'm based out of Tennessee, but I travel all over the United States. And I hunt, fish, hike, kayak, shoot, motorcycle ride, anything and everything outdoors. I'm a huge conservationist as well. I'm geared towards anybody, but I try to gear towards the younger generation and towards women. I noticed growing up, I was just all around guys all the time. My dad, took me in and raised me as a tomboy. And so when I would try to bond with females, there wasn't a lot out there. And, I can bond with the guys and talk, and it's just great. But I'm like, man, where's my sisters at? And then when I would try to get females interested, they just wasn't. And I'm like, well, this is a minority. Let me show them that it's okay to sweat. It's okay to get dirty. We're not going to die. And that it's a great stress relief. But also, years ago, I had some health issues. And so I started a fitness journey as well and kind of mixed those two. And I mean, I'm not the best on my hunting game, but I can't say I was where I was even 3 years ago, where I was out of breath trying to turkey hunt. I mean, y'all, 2 years ago, I got a 22-pound tom for spring out in Tennessee, and I hiked a mile and a half in. And by the time I got to my truck, it was 83 degrees, and the only thing I had left was that 22-pound tom and my shotgun, because that was the most important thing. I had dropped all the rest of my gear, and the guy that I was hunting on his land, he's like, what happened? And I'm like, man, I'm out of breath. These Tennessee hills are wearing me out. And so that's when I really realized I needed to incorporate fitness, and got certified to be a nutritionist, a strength coach, personal trainer as well, and kind of just incorporated it all and love sharing my journey. And you guys have been so gracious to ask me to come on and kind of talk about it. And it's just awesome to try to help inspire other people and say, hey, it doesn't matter what type of ailment you have, what knowledge you have. I mean, I'm learning from people all the time on hunting tips or fishing or hiking. I mean, I'm just like, please tell me. And maybe our scenarios are the same, but you do it just a little bit different, or you use a different gear. So I'm like, tell me all about it. So I just can't get enough of it.
Well, and I'll tell you, from an inspiration aspect, that view behind you is
I know,
freaking
right?
Speaking
amazing.
of hiking, oh my God.
Now tell us, what is what height are you currently at?
So I am at 10,811 feet, and I still have, if I try to reach, so there's the radio and TV towers at the top of this mountain, and it's about 12, 13,000 feet. And it's my arch nemesis. I have not reached it yet, but one of these days, y'all, I'm going to. But there's black bear and mountain lions out here and bobcats. So I'm like, game on. So, but one of these days, but this is where you can take the tram from the base of the mountain. It's about 92 degrees down there, but you can take the tram up to where I am right now. So you don't have to hike all of it if you don't want to. And honestly, I was kind of lazy today and I took the tram, 15-minute ride compared to a couple hours hike. So, but yeah, it's in this behind me. So that is the ski lifts. So when winter hits, you can actually ride the tram up if you want, and then go snow skiing down. And on the back side of this mountain is an actual road that you can go from the base of the mountain and winding is about 2 hours all the way up to those radio and TV towers I was talking about.
Wow.
So it's pretty awesome.
That's
I
impressive.
know.
That is
Isn't
impressive.
it gorgeous?
Yes, it is.
That's
I mean,
so cool.
it's just that is just I just yeah. I mean, I'll show some more pictures later on where I've hiked up, and it's just y'all. I mean, and this is I'm surrounded by 4 mountain regions. So this is Sandia Crest Mountain, and just a quick New Mexico information. Sandia Crest actually in Spanish means watermelon, because some of the rocks and boulders here have a mineral in it that turns red. So when the sun hits it, it looks like the slice of a watermelon. It turns bright red, and so Sandia Crest is also called watermelon in Spanish.
That's pretty. That's pretty cool.
I know, isn't
It's
it
Not
really
awesome?
in my
cool.
living room.
I mean, it is totally, totally cool. I tried to get up to Kawana's cabin. Um, it's on the peak of one of the ridges here, and it was built in 1960 out of logs. And lightning struck it, burnt it down. So they built it again out of logs, and 102-mile-an-hour wind blew it off the side of the mountain. So then they built it out of boulders and sandstone and limestone here. And so now it stays. But I wanted to do the podcast there because it overlooks downtown Albuquerque and more of the mountain. But there's no cell phone service up there. I tried. So we got the ski lift and those mountains.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's way
I hope
cooler
you
than a
guys like
green
it.
screen. So
Yeah, it's
you
way
gotta-
cooler than the
Right?
green screens for sure.
Yeah. And I was teasing earlier that hopefully you guys are going to be jealous that here I am on top of a mountain while you guys are stuck in Virginia and kind of
Yes, 100%, 100%
Yeah.
Yeah, it
jealous.
doesn't take much.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, that's true.
maybe one day we can all three just be up here together and we'll just do a live podcast and joke around and see what we can do.
I'm
100%
down. I am definitely down. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you don't
I
get
know,
anything
man.
better than that. So you're
And these are-
in. Well, you're in New Mexico. You said, right? That's New Mexico.
Yeah, so I was born originally in New Mexico, and I'm out here visiting family and friends right now.
Yep.
So Sandia Crest is located a little bit outside Albuquerque, so that kind of gives you a base general of where I am in New Mexico.
Gotcha.
Right on.
And we're supposed to give a shout out to your dad too, who's like our number one fan.
Yes, yes, he has been, y'all. I tell you what, he is just, y'all, they're a great group of guys. Y'all, check out my daughter. And I'm like, you know, Dad. And he does not have a smartphone. He has the old-fashioned flip phone.
There you
So
go.
he can't even watch it. I'm like, Dad. And he's like, nope, I'll just
No.
see it tomorrow on your laptop.
That's cool though. Dad's all in. So, we big shout out to him. That was super cool.
Awesome.
That, number one, that he's just as excited, if not more than I am and everybody else. So, big
Yeah.
shout out there.
Well, thank you.
So you made it from New Mexico. Somehow you made it to Tennessee. That's a big stretch, and I'm sure there's a story there. But, I mean,
Woo! So, yeah, I was born in New Mexico, but raised in Texas, and that's how I got this awesome Southern drawl. And then I'll just say that there was a turn of events of a male gender
All right.
area that got me to Tennessee.
Yep.
Um, that was many moons ago, but I stayed in Tennessee. I loved it. And, it's a great place. I live right outside of Nashville in a rural area. And I'm a Tennessee huntmaster for Tennessee Wildlife Federation, and they do the same thing. They do seminars and hunting groups and fishing groups for kids and for women or anybody that wants to join. So if you'll look at my Instagram and my Facebook, you'll see in the past where I went on some spring turkey hunts and some fall deer hunts with some kids, and we just had a blast. I'm a part of Artemis Sportswomen. They're an awesome group of ladies, and I love them to death. And I believe the picture that I had sent you earlier was last fall, out, and you're not going to know this, but it's Catoosa Wild Game Management. It's up on the Cumberland Plateau, and I was bear hunting.
Oh,
And
look at there.
y'all,
Whoa.
and it's a draw hunt, but one time a year, 1 week a year, they open it up. As long as you have a hunting license, you can only bow hunt, and it's whitetail, hog, and bear only. And really quick, I went out scouting, found my spot, and we were the only females. There was 6 females among like 700 guys, so they were not happy we were there, which I'm like, yes. Um, so I went scouting, found my spot, and just to make sure I wouldn't get chased off, I got there at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And, I'm getting my gear ready, and I hear huffing and puffing, and I'm like, mm. So I scan, got my little headlamp on, and I scan, and I don't see eyeballs, but I'm like, y'all, I left my keys in the ignition, and I'm like, I will lose all my gear. I'll just go buy more. I am not going to be, I'm a tiny little girl, but I'm not going to be a bare toothpick.
Right.
So, and I'm hunting off the ground, golly. And so I make it to my spot, and, never saw a bear, never harvested a bear. But I went in that afternoon to go eat lunch, and I'm stepping over bear scat. And I'm maybe 400 yards away from my truck. And I was like, whew, sweet baby Jesus, that was close, but it was
Yep.
awesome at the same time.
Yep.
It's it's been interesting. I love Tennessee, but I also love coming back to New Mexico and visiting. It's a different way to hunt here. Here it's a draw hunt,
Oh yeah.
regardless if you own land or not. And I didn't know that. And I've got land here, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna be here for a little bit. I'll go hunt. And the game warden is like, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh.
They don't offer landowner tags there.
No. What
Yeah.
are they thinking? But
I don't know. I have no idea. Well, I know a lot of landowners that in states they're eligible to sell their landowner tags, and they make a fortune off of it. I mean, they do. They make an absolute fortune off of it. But I know other states that give landowner tags and you can't sell them, and those tags go unused. So I don't know. It's 6 and 1/2 dozen the other. But I mean, I can tell you what happens if you put in a draw as an out-of-stater in every single one of the draws that New Mexico has. I can tell you how much that costs, and it's not cheap. It is not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. I think my wife about had a heart attack when she realized how much money I put in. Now, I didn't get drawn for anything, so nothing, nothing went, I didn't, but they take the money and they hold it for like 30, 60 days. And then they give it back if you don't draw. And I'm like, man, 60 days on that much money with interest. They are making money. So,
right.
yeah.
And it's crazy because, in Tennessee, I just buy a sportsman license, and it covers me fishing, all seasons, bow, muzzleloader, rifle. It covers everything.
Yep.
And, and then if I want to draw for bear or elk bear, you got to put in for it. And if you don't get drawn, okay, but at least you can hunt.
Right.
And there's landowner rights. And so here, I was thinking, hey, I own property in New Mexico. I can go hunting, and my property, it's located next to a mountain. So I'm like, that's even better. And that game warden educated me really quickly, and I did not like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, it could have been a lot worse,
Yeah. I could have went and done it, and then he took my stuff, and it really would have made me not like it very much.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
But
So Benny, you look like you got a question.
I'm
I
still
know.
fighting this computer, making sure it's continuing to do what it's supposed to be doing.
All right. Well,
Gotcha.
that's Benny's job, and he's good at it.
So
So,
far, it's cooperating. So we're just
all right.
gonna we're just gonna
Awesome.
pretend that nothing's wrong, and it'll be fine.
So,
We're just gonna ignore it. Just
Yeah.
tunnel
Right.
vision.
Yeah,
there you go.
it's like having monsters under your bed. As long as you don't actually look, you never know if they are or not there. You know, They're
They
not
don't
real.
exist.
Right.
Man, I was that little kid that grabbed my blanket and pillow and went under the bed because I wanted to see. And my mom would be like, "What are you
What are
doing?"
you
And I'm like,
doing?
yeah, you told me there's monsters. I wanted to see if they wanted, like hang out and stuff."
They might have been
So,
cool monsters. You don't know.
I'm
They
right.
might have been cool
Yeah.
monsters.
And then I'd hear my mom go, "Your daughter's got her feet out from underneath the bed." And my dad's like, "So leave her.
Uh,
She'll fall asleep."
She'll fall
Yeah,
asleep.
she'll be
Just
all
let her
right.
go.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
so you get into Tennessee, and you start hunting, and you've got the hunting and fishing kind of down. What
Yep.
what was the draw to further get into the guiding? Because we've talked about guides, in on past episodes, and we've had a lot of different guides on, and that's a whole me personally, that's a whole different breed of hunting and people, because
Oh yeah.
you have to truly not just love what you're doing, you have to be so committed to this that there is nothing that would ever change
Yep.
anything, and you couldn't do anything else but this in your life. So, um,
Absolutely.
what got you into that? What was the draw there, and how, obviously, how's it been going for you?
Well, the draw was again just noticing that it's just I'm a female and a male dominated area, and nothing against that. It's just, and I love hunting with guys. I, relate to them very well. But I was like, man, why isn't there more women doing this? And so I was like, okay, let me join a couple of groups and start asking questions. And I would even go hunting with other guys and go, hey, man, what does your wife think about this, or your daughter, or your sister? How do they feel about it? Are they even interested in it? And some of them would answer me, and then some of them would be like, well, they're kind of scared. They don't want to go out there by themselves. They don't want to make a fool of themselves. I had one guy tell me, she was worried about not being able to wear makeup. And I'm like, I put on lipstick and it's okay. But I was like, okay, let me try to be a part of this industry and show other women that it's cool and it's
Yeah.
fun. And I remember two fall hunts ago, it was a juvenile hunt, and I was with Tennessee Wildlife Federation, and I got paired up with a young boy and his dad, and we were whitetail hunting. And this huge 8-pointer, I mean, he was monstrous, come walking in, and y'all, I wanted to take the gun and shoot it myself. I really did. And I kept telling him, look, he was a sport the whole time. It had been pouring down rain, it was cold, and he was like, "Yes, Miss Kirstie." And it didn't matter what I said. Him and his dad were fantastic. But I was like, "You got to stay awake, man. You got to pay attention." And he would start to doze off, and he dozed off, and that boy come out, and I was like, "Oh," and he was trying to get his gun and everything, and we're in a ground blind that's only for two, and there's three of us. And so I just grabbed his chair and turned him, and I'm like, "Put the gun up!" And I go flying out the back of the ground blind, and his dad, and I'm pushing his dad out the side of it, and I'm trying to help the boy, and the deer, wanders off, and I couldn't get the deer to come back. But it was really then that I'm like, because just that boy's face, he was so excited and elated, but he was also, man, I missed it. I missed that opportunity. And I still stay in touch with him today. His name's JJ. Him and his dad, Jared, were really good friends. And, we talk all the time. And I'm just like, how can I make this industry better? How can I do stuff? But I had to have a serious conversation with myself that when I do this, I'm the type of person, I'm all in. I'm going to die doing it. but that means I'm going to have to probably give up some time that I want to do this to help others. And do I really want to do that? And I was like, yes, yes, I do. So it's been interesting. I have had some challenges along the way, as we all do. And I love that because I'm learning, but also trying to educate people. I think one way, but trying to educate people in a language that they understand as well. So that's been interesting, but you know, I wouldn't change it for the world. And I have people reaching out to me all the time, and I probably would be making a lot more money than I do because I'm like, well, let me just go with you. And they're like, well, how much do you charge? And I'm like, oh, don't just right now, let me just help you. So it is what it is. God will bless me however he does, but it's an interesting part of this journey and I love it. I really, really do. Whether it's hiking, fishing, shooting, hunting, I mean, I'm just like, let's just go. I
I
don't
think
care if
that's
I'm
cool.
guiding it. I don't care if I'm joining somebody. It's just a tag along. I'm like, let's just go. I got a gear packed all the time in my truck. I'm like, let's go.
That's pretty cool. I love it. I
Yeah,
do. I think that's amazing. And
awesome.
um, we get into it. Benny and I, we've been very fortunate to be able to hunt in some really unique places. We're getting, we've been fortunate enough to, to get ready. We're getting ready to go hunting in an incredibly unique place, and all these different things that are going on. That opportunity. Never in my wildest dreams would I ever thought, opportunities like that would have been presented to me, let alone Benny or anybody else. And you know, the I tell you, I would be in the woods every day. I mean,
Yes.
I would be in. It doesn't matter what woods. I'd be in the swamps. I'd be in the woods. I'd be in the mountains. I don't care. I would be
Yep.
somewhere that that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's truly amazing. So, um, but you got into this. Now you're guiding. You've got, and guiding's hard work, especially. But you're what? I think you said you're like 5'3". Is that what you said you
I'm
were?
5'2".
Five
Yes,
two.
sir.
I was giving you an edge. So,
That's all right.
so you're 5'2", trucking along, all these different things, and halfway
Yeah.
up, 10,000 feet up a mountain, and and Tennessee, contrary to what anybody may or may not believe, Tennessee has got a lot of hills, and
Yes,
they
they
are
do.
they are vicious hills. Um,
Yeah.
and it's one thing to hike those things, but it's another thing to get in and amongst them and harvest an animal and then try to carry whatever it is that you manage to harvest out,
Oh, yeah.
along with your gear, and if you're
Yeah.
guiding along with somebody else's gear.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's impressive for anybody, but it's more impressive the fact that you're 5'2", trucking along. Um, that's that's pretty awesome. So
That's why I'm at the gym about 5 days a week because when I had to haul out my first deer and it was a doe, and I swear, y'all, if I had a scale, I would have weighed her, but she looked like she was about 200 pounds. And then I field dressed her, and it didn't take out a lot, but still. And I was like, man, now I got to drag this girl out.
yep.
Holy crud. And so my pack, I had weighed my pack, and my pack was about 55 pounds. And I'm like, huh, all right, I got a 300 blackout, 55-pound pack, and probably about 160, 150-pound doe that I'm going to have to drag up and down these hollers for a good 45 minutes. And that was about 3, 4 years ago. And I was like, okay, now I need to get to the gym and get in shape and learn how to eat because, man, I'm out there by myself most of the time. Or if I'm out guiding, they're not going to know what to do. So now I'm going to have to, like you said, pack out their stuff or pack out what they've harvested. And it's interesting, that's for sure.
All right.
It's not
So,
easy.
no, but I mean, to me, that kind of puts you in the badass chick card, category. So, and really, you could take away the chick part, just say she is a badass.
Well,
So
thank you.
I think that's cool.
I appreciate it. I'm trying. I was at the gym the other day, and I was doing deadlifts, but I was doing them from a rack pull, just trying to, go up in weight. And I noticed a couple of people watching me from a distance, and I'm here in New Mexico, so I don't know anybody at the gym, but I kind of saw him out of the corner of my eye, and I'm just, jamming out, doing my thing. And I pulled 245, and just the look on their face, and I was like, yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
me right there. And so, but no, I went to Outback or Longhorn Steakhouse, and I had me a big steak because I thought I deserved it, and a nice loaded baked potato. But man, that 245, that was my personal record right there. And I was like, holy Jesus, that was a lot.
That's cool.
So,
That's cool.
but,
So, Benny, I
I'm
see you got a question.
I'm like real confused over here because like you're talking about like eating right and going to the gym and getting ready to go hunt. So like you're telling me
yeah.
you're not supposed to just like, wake up, shotgun a Red Bull, eat some frosted donuts and jump in the blind and start walking through the marsh.
Well, you can if you want. And I'm
It's
totally
crazy
down
how
for that
every morning
too.
by like 5:30, I'm like, God damn, I want to go back to bed.
Oh,
Right.
I need to sit down. Somebody give me water.
Yeah, it's amazing how you crash. But I mean, I'm down with the donuts and the Red Bull because I am, yes.
you're not
A buddy
helping.
of mine.
You're not helping.
So I'll say this:
Oh.
you can do that, and I'm hooking up with a company called Pursuit Energy, which I think is better than Red Bull. But they are amazing, and you can down one of those and them donuts. But if you were hunting with me and that happened and you kind of do a sugar crash and pass out, I cannot guarantee your safety and what would be done and how you would wake up. Just
There
say
you
that.
go.
That's totally fair.
I mean, because I'm like, if you are going to fall asleep on me, I am going to take full advantage of you falling asleep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I say she's got
100%.
Sharpies and smelling salts in her pack.
I do. That would be it. I draw, all kinds of stuff on your face, and then that whole smelling salt from me powerlifting, and that way you wake up, and I'm going to do it all on video too, so that
Of course.
I can
Yeah, you have
blast
to.
it all over social media.
Yeah, you have to do it on video.
But I mean, and people sit there and think that I tell them, that I'm a nutritionist and stuff. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you eat healthy," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I do, but you'd be surprised how eating healthy. I mean, eating healthy and not eating junk is two different things. I mean,
Yeah.
I love chocolate, so I just switched from milk chocolate to dark chocolate, and I do allow myself one cheat meal a week, and I love ice cream. So man, my cheat meal, I am down in me that biggest, baddest hot fudge sundae that I mean, and don't try to have any because I will bite your arm off because I'm going to eat it all. But it's okay. I do have the loaded baked potato, and I do have the steak, and the Parmesan crusted chicken, and so there's ways of eating healthy, and it's just people sit there when they hear that they're like, oh my gosh, that's just horrible. And I'm like, no, my trail mix has peanut M&Ms in it, and I do my own beef jerky, but it's somebody was talking about pecans earlier on this little.
See, Mike,
but I do have.
Kirstie can't say it either. It's fine.
No,
You're
I
not the only
was
one that
gonna
can't
say it, but y'all watching. He was just bless him, and not the bad kind of bless him either. Not the bad kind of bless him, but bless him, y'all. He likes pecans, and I'll just leave it at that.
Salted pecans.
That's messed up.
Yes.
No, it's sauce pecan.
Oh yeah.
Or if you look up how it's spelled, it's sauce pequante.
But how are you saying it?
How are you saying
It's the
it, Benny?
question.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Oh, we're
Fair
going to talk
Tasted
about
really
it.
good though.
No, we're going to talk about it, and just so everybody knows, Benny had when we were out last week, we went out, we go to Louisiana. Benny was treated to a very authentic, Cajun meal, alligator sauce piquante, right? Benny thought it was
Damn, dude,
alligator sauce pecan.
Well, dude, everyone's saying it so fast. I have no idea what it is. I've never heard of it, had it, nothing. and everyone's walking around like they're from freaking Paris saying it. I'm like, what the
Oh,
hell's
yeah.
going on? All right, some kind of sauce pecan. I'm talking to my dad about it, and he's like, oh, what are you guys having for dinner tonight? I was like, oh, Baxter's making some kind of Cajun dish. I think it's like sauce pecan or something like that.
Oh,
Of course,
no.
he says it correctly immediately. He's like, oh, dude, that's going to be so good. I'm so jealous and blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's how you
Ah.
say it.
That's how you say it. And
It's
so
okay.
from
Hey,
moving,
smarter every day.
honestly, everybody at the house at the camp, they were all in, and we changed the name of it from alligator sauce pecan to it is now
It is
alligator sauce pecan.
sauce pecan
That
to
is awesome.
sauce walnut to it just devolved. The
Pistachio.
further into the weekend we got, the
Pistachio.
worse it got. It was
Hey.
yeah, it was bad.
I think I might throw some in the next time that I go on a hunt in tribute to
Tribute to
you.
Benny.
Yes.
She's bringing pecans with you.
Yeah. I'll even tag you. I'm going to do a big picture of it in my own trail mix. And buy like a pound of pecans, and I'm going to tribute it to you. I mean, so you're welcome.
It's a
'Cause
bag
we're
of
like
trail mix, but
family.
it's just pecans. There's
Yes.
nothing else in it. It's just a bag of pecans.
Yes. I mean, so when you told me that, we've like bonded like family now. So, I mean, pecans it is. That's going to be your nickname. Ooh, your nickname,
Oh,
pecans.
no.
Pecans. Benny
Oh, no.
pecans.
Mikey, we need to make a hunting quest trail mix, and it's just Cajun flavored pecans.
Dude,
That's all it is.
I
The
want a
Hunting
bag.
Quest trail mix.
We got to make sure Baxter gets.
Baxter's got to make the
Baxter's
seasoning for it.
Got to make the seasoning.
We'll season up some pecans, and that's our trail mix.
And it's going to say the hunting quest, but the photo is going to be his picture.
That's it. 100%.
Yes.
100%.
Holding up
Flavored
pecans.
Sauce pecan.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely. See, when you share, man, I'm gonna let you know that I will share it back with you.
straight for the jugular there, Benny. I mean, there was no helping you.
Hey,
there,
man, I'm here for tech support and comedic relief. That's all I got in me. So,
Well, you're
at
doing a
least I'm
fine
doing
job,
those things
pecans.
right.
Yeah. Fine job, pecans. Fine job.
Oh gosh. Oh, how do you recover from that?
You don't.
What are
I'm
we
dying.
talking
really
about
I mean, legitimately, I've got tears coming
Dude,
out
I
of
know.
my
My
eyes.
eyes are watering.
Too funny. Too funny.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Yeah. Hopefully other people find that just as funny or
I
funnier.
say everyone else watching is like, what the hell are they talking about? These guys
I
are
know.
weird.
I guarantee you there's at least 4 people in Louisiana all rolling right now.
Yes.
Every one of them, they're all sitting there saying, yep, that's Benny.
Yeah,
We love him.
That sounds about
Bless
right.
And if it makes
God bless him.
Yeah, bless him. Bless him. He's pretty.
He's
He
pretty.
might not be the sharpest one, but he's still pretty.
Pretty. Oh, Benny.
And all these people walking past me, they can't hear anything, just me talking. And I've been getting a couple of odd looks of me yelling out pecans. So I think I'm
that's
going to have to
hysterical.
Yeah,
That's
I'll inform them
hysterical.
later. Be like, dude, this podcast I was on, this guy, his name was Pecans. And it's a Cajun. We're going to put out this trail mix. Just look for it. This is his picture. Pecans, the hunting
Straight
quest. Check them
pecans.
out.
Nothing else to it.
Yeah, pecans.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord is right, because Lord help us. I mean,
So how do you come back from that, Betty? How do you
All
come
right.
back?
So,
aren't you glad you asked me to come on? I mean,
Yes, I am. I am.
what? So back to eating healthy. Pecans are healthy.
Gosh,
What
that's
are you
where we were at.
Yeah.
Thank God somebody saved us.
anyways.
Yeah.
So
So, I mean, donuts and pecans and a Red Bull, Pursuit Energy, whatever you want to do, that is you all day long. We will let you do that, and we
Yeah.
will be in support
well,
of you. for that.
here's the thing, though. All right, so you and I kind of talked about this before, and I love, like, when I go to the hunting camp, I try to eat pretty healthy. I'm not the greatest at it, but I get the opportunity, and the only opportunity when I go to a hunting camp to have Little Debbie Star Crunches. That is like my go-to. And you can ask anybody who's ever been anywhere with me on any type of a hunt or anything. I guarantee you there will be at least one box of Star Crunches
Yeah.
somewhere, right? And I mean, it's a fact in my, in my world, right? So we kind of, that's my weakness when it comes down to it, right? I don't eat the greatest, but I do eat pretty good with an exception. So what's some things, obviously you've got people, we talked about pecans,
Guys, stop
trail
talking
mix,
about me. It's
things
not
like
funny.
that. But what are some things people, hunters can be aware of? Like what should they, obviously you can't offset what you eat, but what
Right.
are some easier ways that, they should be looking at it, things they could pack or things that make it just a little bit healthier for us?
Okay. So I don't know about everybody, but I know a lot of the hunters that I know, they process what they harvest themselves or they take it to a processor. So, that straight protein is the most purest form, no matter what it is that you've harvested. So, dehydrate it, cook it, can it. I have not tried canning anything yet, any of the meat, but I still hear it's pretty good.
Yep, it is.
Your little Star Crunch, I mean, it's not bad. You
Oh,
can
it's pretty
eat it.
terrible.
I was going to say, as long as you don't eat it over in abundance, once a day.
Yeah, once a
We'll
day.
say is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't talk about
But
the George Washington forest where we housed a box in like a day and a half.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
what?
Oh yeah.
But to be fair, that was like 90% of what we had to eat. That
Yeah.
was all we ate, and then run mountain ridges, and then
Yeah.
get back, eat a Star Crunch, die for like an hour, wake up, go run a ridge line.
Yeah.
That was-
I'll say this.
We didn't prepare
I was just
well.
gonna say, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, y'all. I'm plugging in my charger as well so my phone don't die. So, I mean, I get why you were pounding that out. So
I know.
it's horrible for you to eat. It is giving you that sugar rush. Can you hear me?
Hold
Oh,
on just a
Jesus.
second.
Hold on. What is this doing?
Okay.
Why did it start doing that? That's
Uh-oh.
annoying.
He'll get it figured out. She said she plugged in her battery.
Why does that change anything?
Huh? EMI.
Dude, I got nothing. Everything still looks good on our end. Well,
All right.
doing what it should be doing on
Can you
our
hear
end.
me?
So
Yeah.
it should. I don't know why it's cutting out all of a sudden. That's weird.
I don't know. Benny, you froze up too.
Did I really?
You did.
I can see
I'm
now.
back now. Oh God, everyone's crashing. Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
You shouldn't see. We made fun of the Star Crunch.
Dude, I know that's what it was. What is happening with this? Dude, how do we go good for that long and then it just dies on itself?
I don't know. Oh no, she's
There
gone.
she goes.
All right. Well, we'll cover for a while.
Well, dang it.
We'll get it covered.
How does it go good for 40 minutes and then just die? That doesn't make any sense at all.
It's technology, but she's back. Look, that was fast.
Oh, whoa. Show on stream. And she's back.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
I guess somebody came in and ate up all the bandwidth. It was the Little Debbie Star Crunch.
Dude, I know. Oh, it's still going.
Oh.
Dude, what is going on?
This is live though, so it's
I
all good.
know. Oh, jeez.
All right.
Well, I'm not dropping any frames on our end, so it's apparently plug your phone into a battery and bitrate just goes out.
And
the
it
door.
all goes to
I don't
crap.
understand how that works, but you know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hey,
Hey, there you go. 100%.
Back now?
unplugged my battery.
Hey,
So
much better.
hopefully my phone won't die.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I think
we got.
I got about 30 minutes left.
Oh well,
No,
we
I
got
got
We're
20
good.
minutes
We got
battery.
like 10, 15 left.
Yeah, we got 10, 15
Cool.
left on the podcast, so we're set. So
Cool. So what I was going to say with you eating those little Debbies, I mean, okay, so it's not horrible because you were hitting that mountain region, you were hitting those ridges, so you're burning off everything and you actually needed that calorie intake, and that was the quickest way for you to do it. So, I mean, was it the best solution? No, but it gave you what you needed because y'all were burning it off. So it wasn't like being stored and turning into something horrible. So I mean, and that's what I tell some people when they ask, like runners. When I did a half marathon last year, I trained and I was eating 8,000 calories a day. My nutritionist, she was like, "What is your favorite food?" I said, "Hot fudge sundaes." She goes, "Eat as many of those as you can. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, I don't care. You need the calories." I'm like, "Yes, thank you."
You're like, oh no.
I know. And I never paid attention till the week of the half marathon that it was the Great Smoky Mountain half marathon, and I'm running up the side of a freaking mountain.
Yeah,
It still
no.
has part of my ribs and half my lung. I mean,
Jesus, yeah, yeah.
they're still there. But, I burnt all that off. I mean, that morning, I'll go ahead and say it. That morning at the beginning of the half marathon, I had pounded 4 Red Bulls, 3 bagels full of peanut butter, and about 9 protein bars, which is not good at all. I don't recommend that for anybody. But I needed that boost and that calorie and that sugar intake. And yes, I was bouncing off the walls at the starting line. I mean, I could not sit still. And I was probably almost on the verge of cardiac arrest. So I don't recommend that
Jesus.
to anybody. No, you don't need to do that. But it helped me till about mile 10. And then after that, of course, my body started crashing from all of that stuff. But, there is ways to kind of do things. And when people don't understand, when you're hunting or fishing or hiking or anything outdoors that's strenuous, your body's burning more than you realize. And so I do, like even today, I brought with me a Snickers bar. And on the way here, I grabbed me some Subway and I had me a milkshake because I knew that just walking around here, I'm going to be putting my body under a little bit of stress. And so I need that extra calorie and I need that extra sugar, and my body's going to burn it off really quick. So, I mean, I always err on the side of trying to eat as healthy as possible. Potato chips obviously aren't. I try to monitor and only get 12 grams of sugar a day, whether it's in a drink, coffee, whatever. It was an adjustment. I didn't like it. Um, but I have kind of maneuvered around, and now I use a protein. It's a company called Beverly, and they make different flavored protein powder. I do Angel Food Cake.
Oh Lord.
Oh my gosh. And I will cut up strawberries and make an angel food cake strawberry milkshake. Oh my gosh. I make pancakes with it. I make brownies with it. It is phenomenal. So I still get my sweets. I'm just doing it in a different way, and I'm still healthy, and I still have my cheat meals. And sometimes I have 2 cheat meals a week. I mean, kind of is what it is. But when you're at a hunting camp, I do get it. You're only packing what you want, and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to be there for a week or a weekend. It doesn't matter." Well, you crash for a reason, and you're crashed because of all them little star crunch things that you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
I say I
Yeah.
like
Why don't you
carrying
eat the
those.
what?
I keep those. What are they called? The honey stingers. The
Oh,
little
God.
Yes.
waffle caramel things that have a little bit of protein
Yes.
in them, a little bit of. They've got a little bit of everything in them.
But they're awesome.
But man,
What are
those
they
Yes.
things,
called? Hold on, wait.
they're
What did
called
you
like
call?
honey stingers.
I've never
Yes, they
seen
are
these
called
They're
things.
honey.
like those
Yep.
little oh, what are those things called? They're like Stroop waffles. It's like a little waffle cookie with like a honey like filling thing.
Yep.
If
Yeah,
you've
and
never
they
had one,
also
Mikey,
make
they
they're like
are amazing.
Yeah, they're addicting, and they also make them in a liquid pack
Mhm.
where you just tear off it off and just kind of, and that's when runners, if
Yeah.
you'll notice, like New York City Marathon and half marathons, they're called honey stingers, and they have them all throughout, and it has electrolytes in it, protein, all the essentials that you need, and it's made out of honey along with some other stuff, and they taste
I say they're
amazing.
so good. I usually have a box
Yes.
or two of the I love the cinnamon ones. And I'll keep
Oh,
them
I
in my
haven't tried the
truck for
cinnamon.
like duck hunting season, you know, because we're
Yeah,
cold and wet and walking through the marsh and this, that, and the other. And man, I'll get tired
yeah.
and eat one of those and jump back right back on the boat and go out to the next blind, and keeps you
Oh,
moving,
yeah.
keeps you warm a little bit. Because that's the other thing too. Depending on where you're hunting, even just the cold, you're
Yes.
sitting still in a deer stand. If it's 12 degrees outside and you're sitting there shivering, you're burning a lot more calories than you think you are just sitting still. You got to, at
Absolutely.
that point, it turns into
Yeah.
fuel, not just eating to eat. It's,
Absolutely. And a couple years ago when I was deer hunting, it was 30-mile-an-hour winds. I was 40 feet up in a tree stand,
oh,
and it was spitting snow. And they said like the wind chill, it was like 4 below 0.
mm-hmm.
And I had hot hands in every place that I could stick them, and swaying in the tree. But I was still a little bit chilly, and so man, I was pounding down reserves of jerky and Gatorade and hot chocolate and just all kinds of stuff that I could, because the more you eat, people think, oh, they can only eat 3 times a day, or, don't eat past 8 o'clock because that's bad for you. Well, no, your body needs fuel. And so the more I ate, the more it makes my metabolism burn, which means the more fuel I'm going to have. And the more fuel I have, the more I'm going to stay warm.
Yep.
And so, like my last meal is at like 10 o'clock at night. So that way my body's burning everything and it's making my metabolism run all throughout the night. So, yeah, when it's especially, like you said, when it's really cold, I mean, I try to go for high protein. I don't care about calories. I mean, and I have one client right now, because I'm, personal trainer and a strength coach. She has had hip surgery, and that was 4 months ago, and she's still not fully recovered, but she's severely overweight. And she's like, oh, I don't need to have calories and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ma'am, I don't care about your calories. Right now, I want you to have calories. I want you to eat, and I want you to eat 7 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I, designed her a meal plan. And, one of her meals is she loves avocados, and she's a stage 2 diabetic. Well, avocados is great for that. So she has avocado toast. I'm like, boom, that's meal 2 for you. And I've slowly educated her that her eating those meals throughout the day, it keeps her metabolism going, which keeps her energy up, which helps her burn calories, and she's feeling so much better. She's been my client now for 2 years. She's lost like 12 pounds and she feels great. And I'm like, see, a car needs gas to get from point A to point B. Your body needs this stuff. Now, it doesn't need a whole bunch of Star Crunches. Pecans would be better.
There you go.
But
Salted pecan.
yeah, you got to start somewhere. And and I have people reaching out to me saying, hey, they are going to go on a hunt, what would be the best thing for them? And I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, shoot me your email and tell me the 10 favorite foods that you like, and whether they're sweets or not, I don't care, and I'll try to give you pointers for the weekend for you to go hunt.
Right.
And I'm cool with that. I try to help out anybody that asks.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of one of the neat things why, um, you know, you are who you are. Your social media platform, seems to be exactly like who you are in person,
Yeah.
and that and that's kind of the draw. Like I said, it's neat to see people who they have a social media platform and they are this way and they're that exact same way in real life, and
Yeah.
you live what you preach, and that's a cool thing. So, and you
Well,
seem
thank
like a
you.
good human. So
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Even if
yeah.
you are a Vols fan.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
Big Orange!
No,
Woo!
no.
Yes.
We could
Yes.
end this right now.
All right,
Oh,
podcast is
that's
over. Nice
okay.
talking to you.
Yeah,
That's okay.
we look, just because y'all beat Alabama one
Once
time
in the
in the
last-
last how many years?
Oh, probably like
just saying.
decade,
Yeah,
like a
11
decade.
years.
Oh,
It
trust
was
me.
11 years. Yeah. Not that
Yeah,
we're
I
counting
mean,
anything.
because our players were getting arrested, and committing multiple felonies, and our coaches were like sneaking off in the middle of the night to go to another college. So trust me,
Good
Yeah.
I am a
old Rocky
hardcore
Top.
Vols fan. Hey, it is
Yeah.
what it is. I will own it no matter what, but that is
I get it.
okay.
Yeah. We got an entire week, us Alabama fans, of hating Tennessee fans.
Ugh.
I mean, Tennessee Hate Week is a real thing. So
Oh, it's a state holiday.
Hey,
it is.
y'all, so real quick, it was about 10, 11 years ago. I had to go down to Alabama for some work, and UT orange shirt, UT orange hat, and my ringtone, Rocky Top. And I go walking into a
hate it.
Bailey's. Y'all remember those pool halls, Bailey's? I go in to watch the game, and it was Decatur, Alabama, but
Oh, good Lord.
I was calling it Dector
Oh,
on
no.
purpose
Oh, no.
with this
You
accent.
know
And
better.
they're like, you a Vols fan? I'm like, I'm sorry, Hook on Phonics did not work for you. I understand
Oh.
Alabama.
Oh.
Yes, Big Orange. I'm a Vols fan. And they
Jeez.
I called my sister, and she seriously thought I was going to die. I
Mm.
didn't care. But every time we played and we won, I'm sitting there screaming in big old Rocky Top, and just, it was awesome. I did not make any friends while I was there, and I was okay with that. And the
I
whole
can't believe
Dector,
that.
Alabama,
Oh.
it
Oh.
was awesome.
That's terrible. That's
It
terrible.
was hilarious.
It's
It's
just terrible.
okay.
Yeah. Well, you
It's
didn't wind
okay.
up. You didn't have to fight your way out the bar, so that's okay. You know.
Hey, you know what? I was ready to scrap, that's for
There you
sure. I
go.
was like,
Obviously.
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna die. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna die sitting there irritating the crap out of some Alabama people in Dector, Alabama.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
It
I
was
don't remember
awesome.
what happened. Whatever we were doing this weekend, I think we were out on the boat, and I just randomly started singing Rocky Top, and Mikey looks over and he's like, "Will you shut up?"
Yes.
I was like,
God.
"What? Oh yeah,
No.
you're an
Oh,
Alabama
God.
fan,
Oh,
nerd."
that's the worst.
That-
The worst. I mean,
oh, come
look,
on.
no, real
No,
friends
it's not the
don't let
worst.
friends wear orange.
I'm from Mizzou, so that's the worst of the worst. All right, let's be real.
Look,
But-
wait, hold on. Look at all the colleges.
Hey,
That-
hey,
that I
Mizzou's want to
hate.
know, baby. Mizzou's
I
want
know
to know
y'all
of the
are.
year. We're gonna
Look at
ride.
all the
We're gonna ride
colleges.
it. We played a no name, but hey, we got a better record than LSU does right now.
Oh,
That's true. That is so
Jesus.
true.
I guarantee you,
buddy.
Emily, Wes, Baxter, all of them, they are no longer watching this podcast anymore.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Hey, Mizzou's
Well,
beating
I
LSU
mean,
in
it
the
is.
rankings right now, so we'll take it.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, it's LSU. I mean, my sister's an LSU fan, and when we kicked the crap out of them last year, I made sure to eat dinner before we won, so she wouldn't like poison my food.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Jesus.
It's okay.
All
So
right, Benny, where are we at on time?
That about does it.
Does it?
You're
Awesome.
getting back on your mark here, Mike.
All right, good.
awesome. Well, thank y'all.
Yeah, no worries. We appreciate you coming on, taking the time.
Yeah.
I again, we can't thank you enough for that tremendous, inspiring view behind you, and everything you brought to the podcast with your ability to really want to get women and kids outdoors. It's a big deal, and it's very
Yeah, it is.
appreciative. We try real hard to ensure that we get somebody outside. Get them outside.
Yeah.
They don't have to necessarily hunt. They don't have to necessarily fish. Just get them outside. Let them see what
Absolutely.
we've got. So how do people find you? What's your social media?
So on my Instagram, it is Into Her Wildherness. My Facebook is Into Her Wildherness with an underscore at capital T as in Tango, N as in Navajo. And then my YouTube is Into Her Wildherness. And then my TikTok is the same, Into Her Wildherness. And I try to keep the same profile picture on all platforms as well. But you can email me also at intoherwildherness@gmail.com. I try to answer emails at least once a day or every other day. And I don't give out my phone number just because I've had some crazy people message me. But other than that, reach out to me anytime. I'd love to try to help anybody, whether it's outdoor stuff, fitness stuff, doesn't matter. I'm here to try to help and inspire and encourage anybody I can.
Right. Good deal. And you mentioned Artemis.
Yes, so Artemis Sportswomen, they are located all across the United States. I'm a part of Artemis Sportswomen of Tennessee, but it's when you go on Facebook, it's Artemis Sportswomen, and it's geared to nothing but women. And they have ambassadors all across each state. They're a great group of women. I highly recommend it, from dove hunting to learning how to hike to learn how to shoot. Last spring, we did an introduction to turkey hunting, where we asked women to bring shotguns. And if they didn't have shotguns, we had shotguns there, and just the basic fundamentals about shotgun safety. We took them out and we taught them how to shoot and then how to clean it. So it's a great group of women. I've bonded with them, and I can't really say good enough things about them. And then also, like I said, I'm a hunt master for Tennessee Wildlife Federation. We do a lot of stuff with kids and with women, whether it's hunting, fishing, try to do as much stuff as we can outdoors as well. I don't think they do anything for shooting, but that's where I kind of fill in the gap for that as well. But if you've got any questions on anything I've mentioned, please reach out to me, and I will be more than happy to try to direct you in any of the groups that I know of, or try to find a group that you guys need to be a part of.
Very cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, Benny. You and all this stuff Benny will put in the links and all that stuff. He's good at that.
Awesome.
Wherever my camera is.
Thank you, pecans. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's
That is
never
your
gonna
name,
end.
man. I'm sorry. That
Never
is now
gonna
your
end.
name.
No, it's fair.
No.
That's 100% fair. That's how you get nicknames. Is you
Yeah.
do something
Absolutely.
stupid and it sticks with you, and that's what you get. So yeah, no, I totally deserve it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right.
You're so welcome. I mean, you may find a nickname for me one day, and I will own it well. But until then, I will still sit there and say I'm a big, huge Vols fan, and that's quite okay.
All right. There we go.
All right. Anyways,
All right.
on that note,
All right, Benny.
Well,
But
thank you guys.
Thank y'all. Thank you so much. Benny,
Thank
take
you.
us home, my friend.
that's all I got, Miss Kirstie. Thank you so much. God, look at that view.
That's impressive. Good.
All
Lord.
righty.
Sandia, Chris, and y'all
week.
stay tuned, because stay tuned to my channels all week long, because I'm going to be posting more hikes, going up to Kiwanis Cabin and even farther, and just kind of showing you guys New Mexico.
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
Awesome.
Right on.
All right.
We'll
Thank
see
you
y'all
guys.
next
Y'all
week.
have a great day.
See ya.
All right. God.
You've been listening to The Hunting Quest. No matter how crazy, high-tech, or lazy the rest of the country gets, we will always be hunting and fishing. If that's you, you've found your new family. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. Reach out to us by email at info@thehuntingquest.com. And check us out on Instagram and YouTube at The Hunting Quest. See you next time.